Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, my Nikon S10 shopping garage. I'm Mike. It's been a minute. It's getting warmer weather now. We're toward the end of March. Looking forward to spring, which we're having an earlier one. And today we're going to be going over in some procedure on my '08 Pontiac G6 with a transmission, the number 4T as in Thomas, 4D5E as in Edward transmission. This also includes the 4T as in Thomas, 40E transmission. So I'm going to turn the video around and let you see the information. Okay, here's a tool you get off of eBay or look it up under Kent Moore, M-O-O-R-E. Sorry about the handwriting, it's chicken scratch. That's the average price. I made my own, actually, and it worked out really good. So, here you are. On so many vehicles, if this transmission fits, and that's the fluid capacity just for throwing that information in, on average dry fill. And for that, and here's some of the tools that I come up with that I made out of shocks that worked. More shocks. And let's see, give me a second. Maybe at your local auto store, this is what you're looking at for getting it for the information. There's that. And there goes that. And here's the box it comes in. Oh, wait a second. There you are. And here is what you get in it. GM requires you to replace the 2 snap rings, tension rings. And here's the culprit, was on the passenger side, it was leaking, plus the seal. Let me get this out, one-handed here, of course. That's what they call a cup seal. And I'll show you where this fits. This is the passenger side axle that's causing the problem. And the rear or inner CV joint, or the inboard CV joint, that's transmission fluid. I'm not going to worry about wiping that off. It'll help keep it from rusting. Here's where this fits on. I get it fit it the right way. Now look here. Being the new one, this lip or flange rubber seal part here, as you can see, it's all rubberized in there except for down here at the collar. And that tool fits right around here. I'll show you that here in a little bit. This actually goes all the way up to where you can see the, if I can get it there. Give me a second here. Let me get something I can point to with my fingers out of the way, I hope. All right. You can see the rust difference here between here, and it's clean there. This cup seal, being it's new, fits all the way up to right here. And I will show you here just a second. Here is a bear of the whole job, at least on my car. Now this is all OEM right here. Now look how far that fits up there. There's your difference. If you can. And these grooves actually are made from, and what I took out yesterday, tore that seal up, but it's leaking anyway. The rubber seal, right here, my finger rubbing, all the way around that, rubs it, as you can see the 2 shiny rings. You can feel a bit of a difference. This is basically a sleeve. Yeah, with a seal inside. That's how that fits. This part here is what they call the intermediate shaft or stubby shaft. Here's where one of the C or snap ring or C rings go to. This is supposed to come out of the transmission with the CV axle, but mine on the driver's side won't come out. I've done everything I could do other than buying the puller or a bearing puller that you can rent at the your local auto store and beat off with a hammer so this doesn't get damaged. I'm not going to do that. And they require you to use 2 new snap rings, tension rings, in here, which I will show you. Give me a second. I'll pull this back off. As you can see, that groove where the other tension ring goes, this came out, but this stayed in the transmission. Either it's in a bind, the ring has gotten a jam, or it's just stuck. I'm not going to beat it to get this ring off, and the inside is in the diff, and the, if I'm not mistaken, the spider gear, driver's side, that I'm going to take the transmission out and apart to get to it. That's not on the agenda, which means I'm not going to do it. This is going to keep the OEM tension ring. This one here on the, driver's side is going to get a new one. They do not recommend, GM does not recommend to use a new C-ring and a OEM C-ring together, or to put it in these terms, both of them new or virgin to make this work. Well, driver side's getting outer one a new, inner one OEM. I'll let you know how that turns out. I don't think I'm going to be in any trouble. At least I hope not. I'll let you know. Now this one's going to get 2 new ones, and it's going to get a new sleeve. Now these tools I've got over here, just those shock absorbers, I took it apart and kept the tubes or pipes just in case. Now look here. Look where it fits this little bit of offset collar here. And in a vise, I can more than likely drive that off or press it off. I'm going to drive it off. Slow and easy. Or another shock tube. It's amazing what this stuff can come in handy for. And get the hole outside of it, which I might do and probably will. Use this to drive it off. Or the press, but I choose to do it this way. Oh, here's the tool I made. Similar to what you will see on Google. Hold on a second. Google that name, Kent Moore. J is in Jerry, 41227, and a tool will pop up. You can see what's going on. I didn't feel like buying it, and where did I put it? I just had it in my hand. Here it is. I made me one, and it worked with a relative ease, and with a crow's foot, the hose clamps, and what I made with the jaw part of it here is 1.25 inch Craftsman wrench. I did all the modifying, and the main part of the pipe is exhaust. As you can see, I split it. I made a mistake welding the nut to the wrong place. So I fixed that. And it goes on to a harmonic bouncer puller, which is, give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. This worked out great with the crow's foot. Just enough room to use it. I was going to use a steering wheel puller, and I messed that up. I'm going to fix that a little later and get it prepped to where I can use it for this. I prefer to do that. I was doing some welding on it, and some weld spatter got into the threads, and I got to fix that. Yeah, mistakes gets made. Darn my luck. Give me just a sec. This is the driver's side seal cup sleeve. And the reason why it's all chewed up is I did everything I could do to get that thing off of there. So I designed this, and it worked out greatly. Now the jaws fit right here, both sides, and it pulls off toward the inboard or inner CV joint. Basically, without the CV, whoops, I'll about drop my tool. Without the CV joint here, you want to use your imagination a bit. This end, as you see, goes right here. And the balancer, puller, goes here. 4 or 5 turns, give or take, and you feel a bit of a nudge or a give, and it pulls it right off. Just like pulling a harmonic balancer off. Works great. 1.25 inches, you got room to work, and you've got to do some spot welding and modifying. It takes time. I'm cutting all this time in half showing you this because I've already done it. Actually, here's what's left over of me modifying that boxed-in wrench part of it. That's what you'll have left, or you could actually use this on another to make another one. I just don't know what to do with the other half of it. But that's what it is. So give me just a second. Oh yeah, by the way, to knock this loose from that, and I jumped the gun on that. Give me just a sec. This is how I did it. Put a sock in the jaws. That way this doesn't get marred up, or the polished part of it. Take you a 2, 3, 4 pound mini sledge and a couple of taps, decent ones. You can see it moving, and out it comes. Nothing's in a bind. I still think that I got the driver's side in a bind, but I'm not going to fool with it anymore. Okay, hope you'll get to see most of what's going on here. I'll try to stay out of the way all that I can. A little bit more light, a little bit of a railroad tie, and let's see what I can do. See what happens. The smaller part of the shock tube. And let's see what we got. Actually, hold on a minute. This is the first time trying some of this. Just in case. Let's see. I was just trying to go over it. So go to the bigger one and see what we got, because it didn't budge. It may not have hit it hard enough. So let's see what we got. There it goes. You'll see it here in a sec. Oh wow, actually, huge difference. There you go. And there it is. Now, the way I put the driver's side together, I may leak, it may leak, it may not leak, I hope it don't. But, being this is the first time I've done this, and no formal training on this, and you don't want to get this in backwards either. And this is what they call the stubby shaft or intermediate shaft. From the spider gear to the diff to the transaxle. I don't know why they did this. And the number on this, just in case that I can see of it, 06 double dot 0 something, I think. And this was made in 08 13 07, and mine's in 08. Okay. Now for the new one, and I had to do all this with this one still in the transmission. And yeah, they turn it the way I need to get it on there. Now, let's see what I've got here. Nope, it's not going to work. Where is the other one? There it is. And this just happens to, look at that fit. Perfect. So let's go on down here. And I'm going to put this on. Because see, with this out, you can get a better idea of where this cup seal needs to go to. If you can see it, the mark here where it was at. And the rubber flange here, just below that tension ring groove in this intermediate shaft, input shaft, stubby shaft, what do you want to call it? Actually, a pain on the backside, in my opinion. But, okay. That's somewhat of a snug fit, too. Now I've got to, whoops, there we go, do it this way. We'll put cup up instead of cup down. Now let's see what I can do. Little by little. Not the doozy of a press fit for this little thing. Yeah, like I said, it's still loose. That's going to have to be actually drilled under pretty doggone good. I may take the sock out. Because the videos I've watched recommend doing it with a socket. Yeah, it's on a little crooked. So I got to tap it to the other side now. Even it, I hope. Little by little, keep an eye on it. And we're still just a wee crooked. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, level it off a little bit. Oh, this is a tight fit. Do it this way anyway. Ah, it gave a bit. Yeah, too much. But at least it's on there. Now, go to the bigger one and just reverse this and re-tap it a bit. Let me take a tap or two. Because you don't want to overdo it. Still sounding a little bit more. I'm going to call it. Sock, railroad tire, whatever you have to use, and do your thing. Okay, now then. I'm going to pre-fit it to the CV axle. So how have y'all been doing? How was winter? Your Christmas and New Year's? And getting ahead of myself here a little bit. How's any new projects coming up or getting some done? Let me know. I want to sit on this and show you too. That's just an eye drop bottle with trans fluid in it, but just a wee bit. On here. Eyedropper full does the trick. I'm not going to put the tension ring on it yet. I just want to get a fitment on it. Let's see what we got. Matter of fact, I'm not going to do it that way. Copper hammer. Actually, wouldn't be a bad idea. The bigger one that I put it on with, and like I said, I'm putting it on this way versus the way I did it the first time because I couldn't get the short shaft out. However you want to look at it, put it. It's on. Not with the snap ring, tension ring, but it's on. Well, I'll be darned. Now see, I didn't know that would happen. All right, that come back out. So now I don't know if I've messed that up or not. I hope not. All right. You live and learn. I'll be darned. All right. Well, I'll show it who's boss. Okay. Let's get the old one here and get a fitment for it. Proto channel locks. I think one more. Okay, now then, this turn where I feel more secure. All right. Now let's see if my cup seal is messed up. Hopefully not. Yeah, just remember which end. Still a bit of a snug fit. It's a wee bit stretched, I'll give you that. I still say it'll work. I wouldn't want to do that again, no. It'll probably mess it up. It's a one-time fitment, by the way it's going. But we're learning. I think it's only 17 bucks for this. Let me relook on this. Give or take on your price, 17, so you can go from there. Okay. Whoops. Too big. Where'd my small one go? Just about. Well, this is going to be the last time I can fit this. I can see that now. All right. Give me a second. Let me get some stuff rearranged here. And still slicker than snot. I'm going to leave it just as it is. And also put the new C-clip on it, which I'll do that now so I don't forget. Okie dokie. Give me a second here. I'm starting to get ahead of myself. Not good. Most of the time. Okay. Now then. They're out of the way. Railroad tie just in case. Now, as you see what I'm doing, you can cut your time, whatever time you can cut it. I do my own somewhat science experiment, and this is what happens at times. But I learn from it. Go to the same thing again. That felt good. A little more. That was a little too much, but I can fix that. Okay, a ring. Now, like I said, get ahead of myself here. I may have to use that again. Okay, let's see. All right, this is just to hold it so I can get that C-ring clip, I call it, under it easier. Okay, now then. Looks like I left some things up that I didn't leave out. Okay, give me a second. All right, let's see what I can do here. This pick's not going to work. This is a good pick to wind up, or hook pick to take them off. I just got to get the one to put them on. Let's try this. Or I got some other ones, different ones, so let's see what happens. Trial and error. Oh yeah. this type. And possibly this type. Now let me get to where you see it. One end. I get the focus. And that one with the curve in it. Okay, Dougie. That one's on. Now I got to drive. That's back down on just a wee bit. Not where I want it supposed to be. Because I want it where it's supposed to be. Give or take just a wee bit. Then we'll go put this, for the most part, back together. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, there, Butterfingers. Now for the bigger one. Wish that little one would work. I really don't see why it won't. We'll try it again. Way more. Okay. Give or take a couple of thousandths of where it's at. Now the one main picture I brought up on Google on this that I stumbled across, I can't get you the picture and video it. I apologize for that. I really wished I could. It hurts me that I can't. I just don't know how to do it if it can be done. But it shows this, and the black and white shows it exactly like this. And if you can see it, get my noggin out of the way. I was hoping you'd be able to. See this darker ring? That's probably where this should be. But you could see it before I took the OEM one off. But the one in the picture on the internet shows it like this. So it's give or take a little on this, apparently. I'm learning, and now so are you, maybe. Okay, I'll leave this together, this off. Matter of fact, I was thinking of it. All right, that might not have been a good idea. There we go. Yeah, you can see me better too. All right, get this put up. And sock thing. Let's get this. Now we're going to try something. I use this with the first tension ring. Now we're going to use this. See how it works. Trial and error, test and tune. Okay. Let's see what I've got here. It doesn't make any difference which end the snap ring goes on, as long as you get it on. And so far, so good. There we are. Now I do want to bring to your attention, I have watched numerous videos on this procedure. 99.9% the stubby shaft comes out with the axle. Good deal. Mine, one did and one didn't. Driver's side didn't, passenger side right out. Both of them came out like, oh yeah, sweet. But I've been told, no, excuse me, well, by video on YouTube, that the gap in these tension rings goes to the bottom. That way, the main part of the ring don't get in the bind or get wiggled up into the splines, which that you don't want. So factually, I don't know. He's an SAE mechanic. He's an older gentleman like me. And I can take him on his word. All you can do is position it and hope for the best. All right, now I'm not gonna put the axle on this. Just should I? Now I'm gonna do this. That way I can feel the fit going into the diff and the trans. Okay, I'm not sure how touchy this is going to get now with me having to hold the video and doing this. So if it gets kind of jumbled around, please be patient. Let's go out to the car. Okay, we're a half hour into this. To help, if I need to pop this in, a grounding rod, full length, that I bought to fit that indentation, like so, and it goes. And to do the grinding and shaping, Miller and Hoffman grinding wheel. It's a 40-80 grit. I used the 40. Okay, let's get ready to get out there and do this. And here's the area I had to work in. You can see how confined it is. All this I found out when I went to change the rack and pinion, which I haven't swapped it out yet, because it was leaking. Then I noticed a transmission leak at the passenger side right here. I haven't put the new seal in yet, just wanted to show you this. So let's get ready to do this. Excuse the background noise, we're outside now. There's a CV shaft, half shaft. Sorry about that. The hammers I'm going to use, the copper or the rubber, maybe both. And PVC pipe. I was hoping to read what size it is. Inch PVC. And a seal installer. The handle is pushed down in here. That should do the seal. So let's get started. Okay. The axle seal itself, housing seal I should say, is in. And for the metal collar of it, just enough for your finger to catch good right there. Don't want to drive it all the way in, but it's in there. I don't think it's going to leak. If it does, well, I'll have to do it, take it out and redo it a bit. But it feels good, looks good. Now let's get the stubby one in. Okay, we're 32 minutes into this. As you can see, transmission fluid on the outer collar on this seal or sleeve. I want to see about that speck of dirt there, and we're going to put it in. Okay, all that's done. By the looks of it, we've got it. And just give you an idea if you can see it. Right here, a little bit of that color showing where it needs to be at the seal. Collar to the outer seal, we're looking good so far. Oh, and this, with a little bit of a hand jab, did the trick without a hammer. Let me get the axle in. I'm admitting to a boo-boo I did. Nothing major happened. So I got the axle in. I've been had to relocate the caliper, so it wasn't hanging and putting all the weight on the flex hose. I had to rehang this. So if you saw that, don't do that. Hang it, keep the weight off of this. Back to the axle. Okay, everyone, let it focus. It's in. And let me get some light. Hopefully not in my own way here. There we go. As you can see, it's in. Just took a little bit more angle and finagling to get it positioned right. It went right on. Didn't even take a hammer, but copper hammer didn't hurt nothing. Okay, here we are. However, folks, nobody can see looking through cataracts like I am. Yeah, I gotta get the left one fixed yet this week. It's enough for me. Okay, it's in, it's fitted. A little bit of grease to the splines on the spindle. A little bit of grease on the inside to the hub bearing. And we're in. All going, looking good. This side went together a lot better from the practice on the driver's side. Give me a sec. Okay, what I used to take the spindle off with, a 3/4 to a half 1.5 inches, and I shimmed the inside with some rubber matting. It worked. Here you are. I apologize, I didn't look up the torque on this. I'm not even going to guesstimate it, but my Aveo is at 110. So I know it's in that area or higher. But I'm not going to tell you to do it at 110 because I don't know. I forgot to look that up. But I will look that up and note it for you. So thanks everyone. Let's get around. Whew. Yeah, my project's not over with yet. I still got the power steering to do. But at least the axles are getting back together. I want to see how good this turns out. I will let you know. So on that note, thanks everyone. Hope you get a thumbs up. You like, subscribe if you haven't already. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Informative, educational, probably same difference. And a shortcut of from what I do to what you can do. Good luck on what you do with my videos, and pass the word around and recommend my videos to your friends and family, and I appreciate that. I'm getting more views and more subscribers. It's all appreciated, right from the heart. All you gearhead guys like myself and everyone else in general, appreciate it all so very, very much. And I'm going to look the torque spec up and note that, and I'm going to get ready to upload this. So once again, peace out. Keep the wrenches turning, easy on the knuckles, and see you with the project finished to see how this turns out. Oh, by the way, my 010 Aveo just recently turned over 170,000 on the clock. Still the OEM clutch, believe it or not. She'll still chirp a tire, still goes good. Oil change, full synthetic, 5W30, and she drives like a dream. Oh, by the way, I did modify, had to redo the rear shocks on the Aveo. I got a set of 66 to 70, 72 G-body front shocks. I modified them to fit my Aveo. I took the pipe off with the other shocks and modified them to where I added stem length to the connecting rod, and you measure them from where the thread starts at the stud to the center of the eye, or the T, and then take the T off, and you got to do some modifications, which that's what I did. A lot of people, like you guys, just go to the store, buy them and put them on, or order them and put them on. That's simple. I just choose to do it this way. It saves a bit of money, takes a bit of time, but I learned it does work. I've not had a major failure yet. I've had a few little ups and downs, but nothing I can cry about. That's just the way I operate. So now, once again, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks everyone. Peace out.